Hello, Richard Beach here from Sonic's Day Amp, that's Sonic's guitar channel, and I'm with Julian again, and we're looking at the THR10X this time, which is the heavier version of the two of the three new THR10s. So we've got an acoustic one, we have the THR10C, which is the blues one.
Yeah.
So now we've got this kind of high gain green THR10.
Yeah, we went for kind of a military green.
Yeah.
And this is all about high gain, big stack amps. So THR10C is all low gain, single channel, boutique combo kind of stuff. This is all the high gain stuff. And what you've got in here basically is 5 different high gain stack amp models in there. And then because it's the 10 model, we've actually still got another 3 sounds on there. So one of the interesting things, the THR10X is the only THR that has 6 different guitar amps on it. Right. Because what we actually done is we've done 5 high gain stacks, but we put the new deluxe sound on here as well. Okay. So you've got the new clean model, the same as the THR10C. So you still get the bass sound, you still get a flat response sound, so you can plug an acoustic or any other source into it. But we wanted to give people the option of having a low gain sound in here as well. So you've got the deluxe sound, so if you want something a little lower gain, a little cleaner, it's in there. But really, this amp is all about kind of high gain, making a lot of noise. It's not just specifically for metal, but it's just about if you want a high gain stack, if you're the guy that heads for the high gain stuff in a guitar amp store, this is the one for you.
So in terms of high gain capabilities then, can you get like a British 70s sound?
Yeah, I mean what we've got in there is we've got a couple of different sort of European, right from the sort of classic rock 70s high gain sounds up to the real modern, super saturated stuff. Right. So we go from kind of an EL34 sort of rhythmy sound, which is a little dark and kind of smooth, but you've got that on that's the Power 1 setting, and Power 2 is essentially based on the same kind of amp, but the lead channel, so it adds a couple more preamp tubes, a little bit more gain stage, and you get more of a... And it sounds quite different, so this is the lead channel. So the rhythm channel of that amp would be... So the character's totally different to that. I mean, yeah, there's more gain, but there's more low end, there's more saturation, it's a little smoother. It's a little difficult to tell in here, but it is quite a different sound. Then moving up to the brown channels, this is where we get the real nice kind of gritty 70s. Actually, this channel's pretty nice because if you back the gain off and the gain's on about 10-2 there, you get a... You've got quite a nice kind of medium gain thing. And again, because it's VCM, because we're modelling the components, it responds like a real amp. So if I back the volume control off... Still getting a kind of real response from it. Yeah. So we're going through from that sort of kind of bright, medium gain kind of sound up to the higher gain version of that would be. And that's where we start getting into the more modern, saturated, a little more scooped kind of sound.
Get a little bit of chorus on that as well.
We can get a little bit of chorus on that. '80s-tastic.
Yeah, man.
It's everything you need. So you've got that, and then moving right up to this kind of highest gain setting on this, you've got something that's capable of doing the full.
I think that's, I mean, I don't know how well it's coming across in here because it's quite loud, but there's a really tight bottom end on that.
There is, yeah, and that's because we've modelled specific cabs for it for the speaker simulators as well. Right. So we've really gone for 4x12s that suit the amp types that we've got. Right. And it does have that feeling and that response of the amp that you're playing through, mic'd and coming through like a set of studio monitors or some hi-fi speakers. Yeah. So it's got the tracking, it's got the bottom end, it's got the response that if you mic those amps and play them back through this, that's how it's going to sound, that's how it's going to feel. Sure. And what you get, and what we struggle to get across with all of this noise is the subtlety between the different models really is there. So I think a lot of people initially, when we said we were going to do a high gain version of THR, were like, well, all high gain's the same. Yeah. It's like, no, it really isn't. If you move through these 5 different sounds you've got on here, you go from everything from this right up to everything changes. It's not just the gain, and it's not just the EQ, the dynamics, the response, the way it feels, and the way it feeds back with your guitar. Yeah. Really does change the way it would with a true amp.
Well, I think people could be maybe slightly forgiven for at first thinking that the high gain stuff would sound the same, because traditionally with modelling that might be true. Like I'm an analog player. I've always played analog, but to me that does sound like it responds like an analog amp would. I think more so on the THR10C, you get so much of that response. Yeah. And I'm not really a heavy metal player, but on this, to me, it sounds like you could plug in, dial in that sound, and you feel kind of like you're authentically chugging through some riffs, and it would sound like fun anyway.
Yeah, and that's it. And actually, this is interesting because at home I've got a 10C and a 10X, and I'm not a metal player at all. I'm much more the kind of blues, country side of stuff. Sure. But I basically always plug into the 10X. Yeah. It's so immediate to get a really good sound. It's so much fun, and the response is there with it. Things just like a massive toy. It's great fun. And honestly, the subtleties of the different models are completely lost in this environment. Whereas the 10C, the different amp types are really, really obvious. So even in all this noise, you can tell. The amp differences are much more subtle in this, so it's lost with all this noise. But it does have the feel, it does have the response. It's tons of fun to play, and you don't have to be fixed to being a chugging kind of metal player to get something from it. I mean, even on the Southern High sound, which is our sort of super high gain sound, if I put a load of chorus and reverb and delay, turn the treble up and the gain down, you can get that kind of 90s. Get that sort of 90s LA kind of session-y sound from what most people would expect to be super scooped, detuned, rock kind of metal sound. It's not about that. It's purely about, if you're more of a high gain player, this is going to be the amp for you.
And I guess another advantage is, I mean, everyone's obviously had the problem at home where they're plugged into their tube amp, they want high gain, but it's really tough to get it without, being really loud. Yeah. So that fits in with the ethos of the original THR10, I guess, where it's sort of designed not to annoy your girlfriend. So.
Exactly that. You want that feel, the response, the saturation, the feedback, the kind of the feedback with your playing of a cranked high gain amp, which, if you do that with a real stack, your girlfriend's going to leave you, your neighbours are going to probably call the police, and you're probably going to deafen yourself. You're going to do some damage. Whereas with this, you get all of the tone, you get all of the feel, but at a really sensible, kind of really low level. And it really does still have that, even at genuine kind of home practice levels.
Okay, so when are the new models available, and how much will they be retailing for in the US?
They're available from now, and the retail price is exactly the same as the regular THRs. So it's completely up to you. It just depends on which style of amp that you want to go for. They're available right now. They're shipping now. Pricing is exactly the same. So UK retail price is $299.
Okay. Well, I think that's about it, really. Thanks for talking to us, and thanks for watching at home. Cheers, guys.